Number 9. The lack of garbage cans.
We don't need garbage cans anymore because now Japan is a big garbage can full of white people who lost their careers.
Welcome to How to Treat Gaijin. I am Meshida. This program, we will talk about weird things about Gaijin. Gaijin means alien or foreigners in Japan. And today, we have a special guest. He is a comedian and researcher of Gaijin.
Hello, I'm Ken Suzuki. Meshida-san, I've been a researcher of Gaijin more than 30 years. So please ask me anything you want.
Some foreigners, especially white people, often complain about the word Gaijin. Some white people say Japanese are racist. What do you think about that?
They are so ignorant. We are not racist. Unlike Western people, we Japanese don't care about the differences between people. We call all foreigners Gaijin and Korean and Chinese. Listen, Gaijin-san. We Japanese are not racist. We are just xenophobic.
Ken-san, first, please let us know how Japanese people categorize foreigners or aliens.
As I said before, we categorize them into Gaijin and Korean and Chinese.
Why are Chinese and Korean not included in Gaijin?
Because we love them.
I see.
And Gaijin are categorized into 3 types: upper class Gaijin, middle class Gaijin, and working class Gaijin.
So, can you explain each group?
Upper class Gaijin are rich white people who come to Japan on business, and they are usually working for a branch of a famous sporting company in Japan.
They come to Japan because their company said so, not for anime.
Middle class Gaijin means white people who work in Japan.
You mean English teachers?
Definitely. And all the rest are working class Gaijin.
Even Asian people who work in a big company are lower than white English teachers?
Yes. Since we lost the World War, we have felt inferior to white people. So for us, it's important to make white people comfortable and be evaluated well by them. If Western people and media reported on us positively, we could increase our self-esteem.
That's why our society puts white people in a higher class than other foreigners.
The same as Japanese women's hierarchy.
You could say that we Japanese think white people are like judges. We have to worry about their judgment. Especially, we are afraid of white feminists. They are very strict and biased. Even though they cannot speak our language and don't learn our culture, they judge us strictly and import their opinion.
They are local culture terminators. I'll show you guys a white terminator. Hi, Lai-chan. What do you think about Japan?
I find you guilty of being not funny.
White bitch.
And today's theme is Gaijin complaints about Japan. You say that there are 3 types of Gaijin in Japan. Which Gaijin complain a lot?
According to my analysis, middle class Gaijin or white English teachers complain about Japan a lot.
How about upper class Gaijin-san?
They don't care because they just stay here for a few years on business.
How about working class Gaijin-san?
We ignore them.
But why do middle class white Gaijin-san complain a lot?
Because they didn't have any friends and were seen as weird in their own country. That's why they came to Japan. So they want to make Japan a comfortable place for themselves. It's their chance to be popular and have a good life.
That's the same reason why Ken-san started doing comedy in English. Unfortunately, in your case, even in a foreign community, you are seen as weird.
Meshida-san, you are the same.
So today, we have 10 famous complaints about Japan by Gaijin-san. Usually, when Japanese people hear them, we agree and we try to earn points. But today is different because we have Ken Suzuki. He will say our Japanese honest opinion and respond to the complaints straight, like a white feminist. Ken-san, are you ready?
I need a green tea, like white women who eat vegan food and became feminist. When I drink green tea, I'll change into a xenophobe.
Ken-san, here you go.
Now, I'm Japanese xenophobe, Ken Suzuki.
You mean a typical Japanese.
So, what's the first complaint about Japan?
That Japanese people cannot speak English.
Are you serious? That's why you can work here as an English teacher without a license. If we Japanese could speak English, we wouldn't need you. You are an English teacher. That's all your fault. What an amateur complaint.
Ken-san, I understand why you are so angry with English teachers. Because even though you spend a lot of money on English teachers, your English is super weird.
Meshida-san, your deadpan joke is not funny.
That's not a joke. Second, it's very difficult to make Japanese friends.
The answer is super simple, because you can't speak Japanese. If a Japanese person who can't speak English lived in the United States and say it's very difficult to make local American friends, what would you say to him? You'd definitely tell him, study English. The reason why you can't make Japanese friends is simple. You are rude!
Ken-san, in your case, it's very different. Even though you can speak Japanese fluently, you don't have Japanese friends. Third, the honne and tatemae culture, which means Japanese people always show tatemae or their public face and hide their honne or honest feelings.
Are you guys serious? If we say our honest feelings to you guys, you will leave Japan as soon as possible. For example, if we didn't have honne and tatemae culture, when foreign people spoke Japanese, we'd have to say, oh, your Japanese is shit.
Ken-san, that means Gaijin-san also have a tatemae because they commented on our video. You guys speak English very well. Number 4, that Japanese always just go along with things.
There is a famous phrase in Japan. It's said by Prince Shotoku almost 1500 years ago. Harmony is to be valued. It's very important for us to read the room and not say our personal opinions arrogantly to avoid conflict.
That's why we have inefficient long meetings.
Anyway, listen, in your country, you can't get along with people. That's why you came to Japan, so you should learn.
Ken-san, most Gaijin-san have this skill in Japan. They cannot understand Japanese, so the same as an ordinary Japanese person, they cannot say anything and they just pretend to listen. Number 5, apartments are expensive and tiny.
Quit being an English teacher and get a good job. That's all.
Number 6. The Japanese people work too much.
Come on! You guys don't work hard. That's why you guys came to Japan. And you guys misunderstand Japanese employees. We don't work so much. We are just pretending to be working. It's very tough.
Ken-san, you would know. Number 7. The seniority system.
Young people are selfish. What do you think about middle-aged people who have managed to work so hard under this seniority system for a long time? Finally, they get promoted and get into good positions. If companies change the seniority system into results-based, they will be fired because they are just pretending to work and being bossy. You guys should respect the seniors who put up with working so hard under the seniority system.
You are a typical old fart.
I'm not dependent on the seniority system.
Because you are a middle-aged temporary worker.
Because I am a comedian, so I needed to perform at night.
So, Ken-san, how often do you perform?
Once a week.
Number 8. Too many plastic bags.
It's useful. When you feel bad after an earthquake, you can use it as a vomit bag.
Ken-san, is it a joke? Rai-chan told me that she has a funnier joke about plastic.
Rai-chan, are you sure? Say it.
Everything in Japan is wrapped in plastic. You go to the supermarket, bananas separately wrapped in plastic. You buy a box of chocolates wrapped in plastic, and inside each one separately wrapped in plastic. The only thing in Japan not wrapped in plastic? Japanese guys' dicks.
The same as Meshida-san. Amateur comedians only make sex jokes.
But Ken-san, in your case, your tiny banana is never covered up with plastic for a different reason. Because your banana's expiration date passed a long time ago. No one will eat it.
Meshida-san, shut the fuck up!
Number 9. The lack of garbage cans.
We don't need garbage cans anymore because now Japan is a big garbage can full of white people who lost their careers.
Some kind Japanese women pick them up and take them home. Number 10. Otoshi, or the small appetizer charge in izakaya or bars. In Japan, instead of paying tips, izakaya or drinking places charge otoshi.
Japan is famous for its good customer service, but we provide everything so cheap when it comes to food, restaurants, and izakaya. That's why instead of asking for tips, they just secretly add on their fees. It's the same as UNICEF's administrative costs. But Japanese izakaya and bars usually just charge 500 to 1000 yen.
It's much a friendlier price compared to UNICEF. They take almost 20 to 30%. Japanese izakaya write the charged price on their receipts. But UNICEF doesn't include it anymore.
And at least you get food for it at izakaya.
UNICEF doesn't have enough food. Thank you very much for watching this video. Ken-san, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you, Meshida-san.
And if you want some topics that you want us to discuss, please write your comment below. And please don't forget to subscribe to Ken Suzuki's City YouTube channel.